television legend and longtime Jeopardy host Alex Trebek has died after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Trebek passed away peacefully at home at age 80 with his wife of 30 years, Jean, and their family at his side. Trebek hosted more than 8,000 episodes of Jeopardy over 37 years. Here's a quick look at his very first episode. This was back in 1984.
Alex Trebek.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of all of us, welcome to America's favorite answering question game, Jeopardy. You know how we play it?
Trebek recorded his final Jeopardy episode late last month, and that episode, we're told, will air on December 25th, Christmas Day. I want to bring in Mike Richards. He is the executive producer of Jeopardy. Mike, it's got to be a tough day for you. I just want to say how sorry I am for your loss. How are you doing? How are you processing this loss?
Thank you, Anna. I mean, it's a very tough day for the Jeopardy staff, crew, all of his fans, but especially, as you mentioned, Jeannie, his wife, we've been with for 30 years. They are truly a love story, and they were lucky to have each other. So we're doing okay. You know, we love him and we miss him already.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about that relationship. What did he mean to you?
You know, he was, I sent him a note late yesterday. I think this will explain kind of who the man was. He was the most professional person that I've ever worked with in any capacity. Here he was battling cancer, pain, chemo, exhaustion, but you couldn't tell when the cameras rolled. So as a professional, the fact that he kept pushing and then he recorded his final, what would now be his final episodes, less than 2 weeks ago, it gives you an idea of just how much he believed in the show, how much he cared for it. But then as a man, you know, he was an amazing dad, and he loved Jean so much that it was inspirational. So what I told him was I wanted to thank him for showing me how to be a better man at work, and even more importantly, a better man with my family and my wife. He was really that great.
It's incredible to think that he filmed his last episode. He was still working as recently as about a week and a half ago on October 29th, right? How emotional was that taping for him and for you? Did you know it was going to be the last? And was he, quickly declining at that point?
We didn't know that it was going to be his last. It was the first time we usually do 5 shows a day. He did 3 and then 2 on Monday and then Tuesday. He was in pain and we knew it. He had surgery. I couldn't believe he was already back from the surgery that he had just 2 weeks before that. I had chills the entire tape day. That first show of that final week, which is unbelievably the week of Christmas, he gives a speech talking about togetherness, how important family is, and it will resonate even more now. It was so beautiful that we were all emotional. We were all in tears, and we all started clapping, and it almost distracted him because he was going, okay, now let's play Jeopardy. But it was one of those days. It was just, he was at the top of his game, even though clearly he was very ill.
Right, and I think, he was so public about his battle with cancer, and yet one of the reasons I think his death comes as a surprise for a lot of people is that he didn't retire from his hosting duties. Why do you think he chose not to retire?
He really believed in the importance of Jeopardy, and maybe that sounds corny on today of all days, but he really thought it was important what he was doing, and it is. He loved that Jeopardy popularized intelligence, and it was important for him. It was the thing he looked forward to. As he said, a lot of different things comes with being a TV star, but that time when he was in the studio, that 30 minutes where he was hosting the game, he loved it. And that's why he kept driving himself to do it. I still don't understand why he was doing it, really, other than he just loved it and wanted to be there. And he reveled in these intelligent people, in the contestants, in the writers. He loved being surrounded by it.
More than 8,000 episodes of Jeopardy he hosted, 37 years. What was the secret, do you think, to his success and his longevity?
You know, I think he really became synonymous with the show in that he really was that smart. He was self-deprecating about his intelligence and saying, oh, I would probably get 50% of the answers. I was in the writer's room with him. We met every morning before the shows. He had gone through every clue, and this was including the last taping. He went through all of them, 61 per show, rewrote them, gave his flavor, sometimes called into question some of the information, and then because he had the knowledge in a different way. I mean, he really was the show. I mean,
You're the best,
my
Alex.
first day meeting him, he started to quiz me about a place in England he had visited. It's just who he was. He craved knowledge, and it showed.
Yeah, it definitely shined through, his authenticity and all of that. Mike Richards, thank you so much for the conversation again. Heart goes out to you and the whole Jeopardy family.
Thank you very much. He was a great man.
Absolutely, he sure was. Rest in peace. May he rest in peace.